Hello, my friends. Today is July the 27th, and this is a psychic reading for you if this is your birth date. I do psychic readings, I do healing work for nearly 40 years. I do a lot of psychic readings via the internet, personal, one on one. I do a lot of work out of my office in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Check out my credits. This is a 4 card reading to cover the year to follow, approximately 5 to 10 minutes long. Bear with me, especially if it's your birthday. This is a lens card to look at the year, a challenge you might face this year, an action you can take to stay in balance, and an outcome or a synopsis card. So here's the lens card, the judge. And what's the judge about? Well, we all know when someone judges us and we don't feel like they're listening to us or they're concerned with us or they care about us and they only see things from a limited perspective. And, that raises a whole bunch of questions about, our feelings of being abandoned, our feelings of unfairness, our feelings of being unheard, our feelings about being unlistened to, our feelings about being not cared about. So there's a sense of injustice, there's a sense of pain. Now, at the same time, we all know when we come across, that magnanimous judge who listens deeply to us, who listens deeply to others, finds a way to be a bridge between us and someone else, or finds a way to be a bridge between us and our own self, and teaching some part of us that is, negative and judgmental and full of pain to be more treated with more compassion by that part of us that says, I understand, and I'm willing to work with you, and let's keep going forward. So this is about that judge, that internal judge. Is it a judge from outside that's causing you pain, or is it an internal judge from inside of you that might be causing you pain? Or have you gotten to this place where you can be very magnanimous and a clear judge, a clear respecter of everybody's feelings and opinions? But it always comes down with the law, and always comes down to the sense of fairness and justice. Now, if fairness and justice are there, it's great, and if fairness and justice are not there, it's pretty yucky. So this is your particular challenge. Six of Swords. Sixes of Swords are generally in their positive framework about joining with others of like mind, swords. Sixes, hearts, so some kind of communion with others, thinking in the same way, speaking in the same way, communicating deeply, analyzing deeply, thoughtfully. If it's heart-centered, sixes, if it's heart-centered, there might be, a great philosophy or a humanitarian understanding that's going through. And it allows for a journey of the heart and a journey of the mind to go along with the heart. In essence, it teaches the mind to not be so cut and dried and so black and white. And this is the time of great opening to what's really underneath. The analysis and the thought. Is it something deeper and emotional, heart-centered, that needs to be looked at? So this is your challenge, and I think this represents someone outside of yourself who might be stopping you from doing something, who might be challenging you. Maybe you don't even know who they are, or what they are, or why they're doing it, or where they're coming from. Maybe this is something you feel like you're being sabotaged. Maybe this is something that feels like all these people are saying yes to your face, but somebody is saying no underneath, and it's creating a lot of anxiety and frustration and question marks, and so this is that sense of maybe outside of you, there's someone judging you and you feel like they're not listening to you or treating you fairly. There's the judge. Now, this might be you, and you might be doing this to somebody else, and you have to look at yourself and say, why am I being so harsh on somebody else? Why am I not listening to them? Why am I not giving them the benefit of the doubt and trying to, bridge the work that's in front of me, in front of us, that might be more than just two of you? So this is always about looking inward at fairness within yourself and outside of yourself, and saying if you want fairness outside of yourself, you often have to give it inside of yourself, to yourself and to others. So that's the challenge. And again, I just want to say that I think this is from outside, and it's a good representation of you learning how to be strong, you learning how to be clear, you learning how to be aware, and learning and looking at something, I think, from a compassionate place when someone is messing with you. So this is the action to take. Camouflage, fox camouflage, blending into the background so you can really hear what's going on. Camouflage, the fox goes around its perimeter. It changes its colors to the season so it matches the woods. It can hear and see and smell and feel and be right in the enemy's territory, on the edge of things, looking at things and understanding what's going on, and protect its clan and protect its family and protect itself, and keep supporting itself to being aware of its environment, at all costs. It's a sense of every animal needs to be aware of its environment at all costs, but they can't be stuck in that fear. So they have to keep shaking it off, and they just have to learn how to be aware. And that's what this is asking you. Just become aware of the surroundings around you. Blend in, listen somehow, get your ears into crevices that aren't normally there. Become aware, and maybe even if it's about sharing and listening to each person who's involved in some kind of group, listening to each person's feeling, going one on one, and really opening up with each one of them and finding out if there's something different or adverse or challenging underneath somebody, and then asking them why, or asking them to feel into their feelings and asking you to feel into your feelings. This is really, I think, about becoming a bridge of where things are allowed to be said and feelings are allowed to be shared without judgment, without making wrong, but an equal sharing. That can open the air, and that can open the place for change, and that can open new paths of understanding to occur. So I think it's up to you to challenge the paradigm, to look at it with compassion, to come up with a way to be, a discerning judge, and not a petty or mean-spirited judge, but one that understands that everybody has their own issues under things, and if they're allowed to air out and be given, a truth space, then compassion can often be made, and then clearer decisions can be made from all sides. If somebody gets to air their pain and not be angry and revengeful and and doing things underhandedly, that's just a wounded soul that doesn't know how to speak their truth or stand up for themselves, or feels like they're going to be judged horribly and meanly and wrongly because that's been what's given to them. So this is all about learning, discernment versus judgment, compassion versus one-sided smallness. This is about becoming that bridge between the mind and the heart. The mind can't operate with the heart, and the heart needs the mind to analyze and make sense and create the path. But the mind needs the heart in order to be balanced. And that is what the final card is all about. It's just a part of your enlightenment path. It's a part of your learning how to be in the world, and being in the world but not of the world, being in this human form but also being in your spiritual centers, and holding the integrity of your belief systems, and holding the integrity of your love and joy, holding the integrity of just being human, and understanding that we all face these things. We all have to learn these lessons. We are all given the chance to shed skins that no longer serve us, like the snake, to let go of things that no longer serve us, and to rise toward light, rise toward love, rise toward equanimity, humanity, and an understanding that is passed to all of us, and to not think that we are small and insignificant, or wronged and victimized, or bad and unwanted. It's like we're stepping up from those kind of lower belief systems, learning how to not seek revenge, and not act out of resentment, and not act below the scenes in ways that aren't really healthy for anybody. Blessed be.